Hey, it's DPS Gaming here, and I'm here with another video about a witch farm design that I made. This farm makes approximately 1,630 items an hour, so it's actually quite an effective farm. This design is not Luna compatible, however I may make another video which has that feature built in. This doesn't take too long to build either, and it doesn't take a ridiculous amount of resources either. So that's at least one bonus. If you happen to see my Twitter, cough link in the description, you'll have known that I was having some minor computer issues. I was camping, and I had to re-record this because the audio on my other one was messed up. So that's what this is. So before I get into the video, the tutorial, subscribe and leave a like on the video. So a quick rundown of how the farm works. This uses a shifting floor design to get all the witches from this top floor down to this water collection basin, which they'll get killed by entity cramming. The shifting floor works by moving these blocks back and forth. The sill sand sinks the witches 1 pixel lower, and these blocks go in and then they glitch through, and it repeats on every single floor. These trapdoors are here to prevent the witches from moving back and forth, and these pistons go back and forth twice before waiting on this rather long clock to reset it and do another run. This redstone down here is a part of the spectator. It leads to the system time circuit here, which puts any witches that fall here and then land on here, they'll hit this and they'll go push into the entity cramming. The system down here is a simple these hop minecarts pick up the items and then put them into these hoppers, which go into these droppers. This simple circuit here powers these hoppers at a rather fast rate so that it can be turned back into regular items once again. And this can help for putting it into a water stream, as I have here, into any storage system. You could have it down here or way up the top, which is what I had. This is what this small system is. These resources here are not counted in the tutorial resources, so you'll have to get those yourself. Now let's do the tutorial after I tell you the resources. Let's go into it, and you'll see that for the first section is bulk blocks. So this is blocks that use a large amount of a certain block. Carpets are the first block, and it's just used for spawn proofing. Water is also for spawn proofing, but you'll need 6 sources in the farm itself. You also need 329 glass, so 5 stacks and 9 blocks to surround the farm itself. Or you can do regular blocks, but that's gonna be annoying. 966 slabs, which is what creates this over here. So it's 15 stacks and an extra 6 blocks. You also need 189 trapdoors, so that's 2 stacks and another 61. 100 soul sand, so that's a stack and 36. 189 building blocks, which is 2 stacks and 61 as well. Just a reminder, all the resource counts will also be in the description so that you don't have to keep pausing. So the next page is redstone components. You'll need a total of 14 comparators, 3 droppers, 3 hoppers, 1 lever, 75 observers, 43 pistons, 28 powered rails, 2 redstone torches, 26 dust, 21 repeaters, 4 sticky pistons. And then for other components, you'll need 3 rails, 2 of which will be temporary, so you could actually use 1 rail and just juggle it around where you need it. You'll need 1 fence, 2 fence gates, and 1 string. And that's all the resources in this farm. So let's get into building this. Alright, so here's the witch farm I'll be creating the farm around. So I've just cleared out a space which reaches the bottom of the, or hopefully the bottom of the spawning box of the witch farm, so I can have plenty of space for building. So I have a mod installed, which is Bounding Box Outline Reloaded. I'll have a link in the description for that. And it allows you to see the bounding boxes of different structures. So I'll turn that on. And as you can see, this is the size of the witch hut. This is the space where witches will spawn. This right here is the bottom of it. So you will need to go a block or two lower, as you will have a platform along this bottom right here. Underneath you'll have the collection and everything else too, so you'll definitely need that. So first up, we're gonna go build the platforms. So you'll need any building block. So in this case, I'm going to use white concrete, and then you also want your soul sand. And you can choose which side you want it. For the tutorial, I'll do it on this side. So you want to go one beyond the bounding box, and put a row of soul sand. And then you'll alternate between your soul sand and regular blocks. I'll just keep going. Oops. And you'll only want to go to the end of this. Over here, there will be a space, and then there will be a bunch of pistons here to push this floor back and forth. Yeah, so you'll want to carry this all around and finish this floor. But to make the next floor, you'll want to go from here. I'll just use this as a temporary block. Go 2 up, and this will be your next platform. And repeat that once more. And those are the locations of your 3 platforms. This right here is not in the bounding box, but no mobs can spawn there anyways, so you don't have to worry about other mobs spawning. Yeah, so you'll carry this across as the other floor, and then once you have all 3 platforms built, you can go destroy the witch hut. You won't need it anymore. Alright, so I skipped up to the point where I've made the platforms and destroyed the witch hut. So next up, we're going to go build the mechanisms which push the blocks back and forth. So as you can see, on the row which has an extra row of soul sand, you want to put a row of pistons directly against it. You also want to repeat that on the other floors as well. I'll be skipping ahead for that too. But on this side, you want to have a space between the concrete / building blocks and the pistons, as these pistons will push it over and they'll push it back. And you can also repeat this on every floor as well. Next up, I'm going to build the observer lines which power all the pistons. I've extended each piston line by 2 blocks to help with the placing of the observers. So you just want to put a row of observers like this, missing the final block as you don't need it. Repeat that for the other floors as well with the other piston lines. Here, this side's going to be a little different, so I'll just quickly build this. I'll show you how. So, this bottom one, you want to go have an observer like this, and then 4 out like this. This one does the same thing, but this one you only have to go 3. Now you can carry these bottom lines across, and they match up with the other ones, as this is where your power rails are going to go. So just layer everything with power rails like this. Now that you have those lines set up, the next thing we're going to do is build the connection between each line. So you want to take an observer output from there, 2 out, and then go 3 down, and then point 1 into there, and then go 1 the other way. Then you'll want to go down 4. This final one is going to be important later, as it will connect to the piston pusher. And this one, second from the bottom, you'll have to go out to send a signal to there. Next up, we're going to build the glass case. So just start off with this, which is the base of what you'll need. So if you do something like this, and then you can create this into a solid wall of glass, which is what you'll want. So using the mod once again, you'll see the bounding box ends there. So you'll want to put a solid row of glass like this right in there. On this side as well, you'll be putting glass right here, as this will prevent witches from going to the whole reason why this is one longer than the platform itself. And then here you just create a line across, and then you can just build that straight up. Don't forget to build this on every floor, as you'll need that. And then for here, you can just fill this in solid with glass. If you don't, then you gotta save some glass. Then the original number is a little bit over. Before I completely seal it off, I'm going to go build all the trapdoors. So, if you take any trapdoor of any of that, I'm using oak for the tutorial, then if you enter here, if you want to put a line of trapdoors like this, and then open them all up. And then repeat this all the way to the end, and do that on every floor as well. You just want to do this, as this will prevent witches from moving back and forth while they're sunk in the soul sand. As you can see, this is how they'll end up looking. But now, let's go build the big slab platform. So you want to take any slab that you want. For this I'll be using polished andesite. And from each corner, you'll want to go, from each corner of this, you want to go 14 out, including this. And then here, you'll just create a line across, looking like this. And this should perfectly line up. You want to copy the shape on every single corner, going out every 14 in every direction as well. And you'll want to fill in these sections as well. So as you can see, you can go out, and if you don't feel like counting, that's just for later, you can go across with this, like I am doing, and then add as many to this, or destroy, to create the perfect shape. So now, create this into a solid platform, and then you can get on. Next up, we're going to create the looping clock, which activates this circuit. So we'll go from this block here, we'll put a block with an observer on top. From this you'll have a block, and then on this side go out 3, and come back around, and then only 2 on this side. Put dust there, also dust there. Comparator, repeater on no ticks, as well as those 2 there. And then you'll put 4 here, all on 4. And then put a regular block there, with a block on top, a block beside, with a repeater facing into it, and then an observer like this. Next up, put a block in front of the observer with a repeater facing that way. And then you'll have a sticky piston like this, delay pulse shortener, and then 2 repeaters like this. Next up, you'll have a dust there with a block like this, and this will be where your manual override is. So next up, you'll want to put 5 blocks out from this, and then have 4 comparators, all like this. This creates a decay clock. Put 2 dust there, put a redstone torch, and then go down 1. And you want to go out 5 from this, so you can have 3 repeaters, all on 4 ticks, and then there'll be 4 here on 4 ticks as well. And put 2 dust there, and now you've got a looping clock. For the purpose of the tutorial, I'll be turning this on so that it won't keep repeating, which is what I want. So this part here, which connects to the circuit down there, you're going to have to put a redstone dust there, go down a block, and put this on 3, and this block here will be the, that's not what I want to do, but this would be the part which is the start of another decay clock. So you want to go out 2, and then you go like this, and then down 1, put a torch there. This will connect into the other circuit, but first I'm going to go build the collection start first. So I'm inside of the farm, so I'll go in, down, and then you'll go down 3. This is as much as you'll want, and you'll just go across and completely open this spot. As you can see, that's the end, so you don't have to open that up. And then go all the way across here as well, and then clear this whole thing out. So down here, you're going to be creating the water collection. So put some water in each corner, and as you go to the center, you'll find 2 spots here. So go a little lower and take the fence gates. I'm using spruce for this example. Put 2 out, you can destroy that, and then you can enter. So I'm gonna put the pusher block right here. So I'll take that out, and I'll just put a regular piston there. And then you can kind of clear this space. This is as much space as you need. You'll end up putting 2 dusts there, comparator, another dust here, and you'll put a block here, and then you'll want to have an observer like this. I'm gonna quickly go under, so have like this, and then you can close that up, and then take some string, put this here, and then it'll automatically push you over, which is exactly what you want. So now that this is in place, we can actually go hook up this. So from here, you'll want to just keep going down as far as you'll need to get to there, in which you'll want, I'm going to destroy this for now. Here, you'll put a sticky piston with a block on top, and then you'll have a repeater there, and then this will be where it connects to the line here. So as you can see, it's like this. So just put some dust like this, and now you've got a short pulse extender here to aid in the movement of witches that get stuck here by glitching out the string, pushing them over, and resetting the string, hopefully. So at this point, you'll want to go down from here. So go down a few blocks. This will be as far as I go, and on that block there, you'll have a rail which will hold all of the minecarts for the entity cramming. So I won't mess up as I did in my other recording, since I've had to re-record this. So then you want to take some hoppers, and right here you'll have your hopper minecarts. So this would be where your hoppers are. So take that, take droppers, and then this, and then put these hoppers facing into it. You'll end up having blocks here with the minecarts encased in them, but for right now I'm going to go put the carts in, actually. So you can put 2 rails there, take a fence, fence is just temporary, so you can put that to anytime, and then take minecart hopper, put it on, and shove it toward the fence, just like this. Then destroy those, destroy the fence. You'll just want to destroy those too, and then take piston, go like this, and encase it with blocks. For the tutorial, I'll be doing this, but you can do any block as long as it stays. So power them all, like this, and then you can destroy those. You can rebuild that, take a rail, put that, and then you want to take minecarts, and you want to put 24 on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, since you have 24 there, any witches that fall will instantly be entity crammed and will take massive amounts of damage. The reason I'm keeping the rail there is to keep them on there without having to worry about witches glitching them off. So next up, you want to power these droppers. So take 2 outputs on either side, the furthest left, go down, you'll put a sticky piston like this with an observer facing into it like that. Repeat on this side, and on top of the comparator you'll put a an observer like this. I'm just gonna quickly fill that in. Oops. And then you'll go one out from either side and put a block in the middle. From here you can go cover this up as well, and now you've got the thing which converts all the items from the drops. It collects them and then throws them back into items. So to put them into a water stream, you'll just put water in an indent like that, and then you can turn it into a single water stream. To prove it actually works, you can throw an item in there, and then eventually it'll make its way. Even if you stick it in there, and just right down there, straight in. So as you can see, that's how it works. Something I forgot to do earlier was spawn proof everything. So take a carpet or any block that you like to use for spawn proofing, cover every flat surface like this with the carpet. The reason I didn't specify was so that you can do this. And yes, you can put carpet on top of pistons like that. It will not break. I've tested it before. So you can do that on that side. Since this is already done, that's basically all the spawn proofing you'll do. Down there, however, you will want to fill this back in. It's not that hard, so you can just do this. You can seal this off if you want, but as long as it's spawn proof, then you're all good. Something I forgot to add to the tutorial previously is the AFK platform. So basically, these 4 points on the square show the points where you can go out and then up to create your platform. It's just in the center of each of these sides, so it's not really that hard to locate. For tutorial purposes, I'll do this one. So from this, you'll go 1, which is the start, and then you'll have to go an additional 23, so there will be 24 other blocks. And then next up, as much as you might hate to do it, you have to go 110 blocks up. So for this, I'm going to start here. So 71, so you have to go to 181. And just keep going until you hit that, and you can make your AFK platform look however you want. So this is the AFK spot which you will go for AFKing at the witch farm that you can barely see out there. As you can see, it's quite the distance out, but there's a mod I don't have installed right now, but it shows a despawn sphere of mobs, and this should be in the perfect location, or is in the perfect location to despawn any other mobs within it, but keep the witches alive so that they can die, but the items don't follow that, so they can still move around in your own storage system, even if it's outside the despawn sphere. So that's the whole witch hut tutorial. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and also feel free to check out my Twitter as well. My Discord server should be ready when I post this video. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. See you later.